Hello PowerPoint users. I had the idea of creating a course within a hall and then you kind of go in through each door learning a new lesson. So I wanted to kind of create that here in PowerPoint. Um, so I'm going to first hit play and sample the animation and then we can go into the nuts and bolts of how it was actually created. So I'm going to start by hitting play real quick and you can see we're going to walk down the hall and then we're going to turn into the very last door over here, which is the only door at the moment. So in order to create this, I actually started, let me take off some of the unnecessary stuff, by creating a little box in the very middle. It's completely square and it's also it's aligned center and it's also aligned in the middle. And then from there I created another box, and this one's just to the outline for a reference point that extends beyond the very edge of the PowerPoint. And the reason being is this is for perspective and making sure everything's maintained within that perspective. Next, I took a trapezoid and I actually connected it. I played with it, resizing it. You can see you can control the size here, and I wanted it to go to the very edge of the outer square. And then I used the yellow one to make sure that it matched up to the very edge of the inner square. Once I had that, I copied it over to the other side and flipped it to match. And then I created some squares for references to give you the illusion of moving forward. Otherwise, you don't have that same illusion of I'm moving through it. Now, this is only a proof of concept, but later on you can actually put textures in here and do some other things to make it a little bit more fancy. The last thing I did was I went through and inserted a door. And how I did that was I actually went to Insert Shape, and I got the little shape tool, and let's say I wanted to put a door here. I went ahead and made my door, and as you can see it doesn't quite match. So what I had to do was go to Format, convert to freeform, and then Format, and then edit my points. And so I just click and drag these points to where they matched. Now, them matching isn't just necessarily the only thing that you had to do. You also have to make sure that as you walk it zooms in the right way. So in order to do that, what I did was I cut this out and then I pasted as a picture. So I'm going to go to Insert, where is it, Home, Paste, Paste Special, and then I'm going to do the picture PNG. And so now this is a picture. I can put it here. And then what I had to do is I actually formatted and cropped. And what I did was for the door that's back here in the distance is I cropped it to the nearest square, and that way when this zooms it zooms in the same perspective of everything else in the picture. Okay, so once that's done, I just go ahead and add an effect, and my effect of course is just a normal zoom. For this one, for all of the other ones, I've done a zoom of 500. So I just selected everything that you can see here and then decided to zoom in on it. Now I didn't zoom on the trapezoid or the outer reference triangle, rectangle, just these inner shapes here. So you can see I have all my zooms right here. For the new door, we'll go ahead and add that same zoom, and that way we can see it go along with everything. Now it's only going 150. Let's see, I changed this to a custom 500. Okay, and we'll change this to with previous and drag the animation up. So now when I hit play, you can see that door goes right on by. Okay, now for the moving into the door, all I did was select very specifically the only part that would show up, and that would be these four things here and my two trapezoids. And what I did with that was I just gave it add an effect, and I made it move right. You can make it move right or left to give it the appearance of moving right or left, and this makes it look like you're kind of turning into the room. So yeah, I thought this was just kind of a neat effect. It's kind of taking into consideration kind of the Star Wars effect of moving in and moving out through perspective. And then I felt like it also combined the room technique of creating a room with walls. But now you can actually move through this. You can move within a room. And also I wanted to make a note that these rectangles here are only for reference. So if I wanted to, I can even move out these reference rectangles, and now when I hit play I'm actually moving through the hallway. So it just helps you as an artist place things and get everything set. So this is Jason Fain, and I'm signing off for my new animation in PowerPoint.